All right.
Hope everyone's having a good day today.
Yeah, I'm having the best day ever.
Sounds so dead when you said that.
Well, welcome everyone to the JJBA Book Club, where we read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure books. With me is Kira,
Uh,
Azara, Angel, and Mia.
Hey.
So, guys, what are your initial thoughts on the chapter?
Damn.
Dio was
Dio was a dick.
he was a girl boss.
Dio was
He,
one way of putting. Yeah.
like, oh my god. Just like every single page, I was like, are you for,
This
like,
was the most
not-
evil shit Dio's done.
literally,
Yeah, literally.
like,
for
this
sure.
was like a torture technique, what he was like. This was like beyond, it was like if you took waterboarding, but instead of just like a bucket, he had like the entire ocean.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
god. We'll
So-
delve into it.
Yeah, let me start with the summary. Okay. Arena leads everyone into a secret basement where the preserved head of Jonathan Joestar is on display. After Lisa insinuates some pretty gnarly stuff, Arena tells her to shut the hell up so she can tell the real story. Arena reveals that Dio took the body of Jonathan Joestar, preserved his head, and tortured Arena verbally, physically, and emotionally. We should probably dive into the specifics of that because
Yeah.
it was some
Should we start off with the
hard-to-read
emotional, the physical, or the mental? Because he was just, oh my,
You were an asshole.
like between the like sucking her blood out of her, and then when she wanted to die, he'd be like, no, and like he would keep her alive, and then he would blame like everything that's happened is your fault. Like, and when she would like almost drown her, and then like before like the second she would like die off, he would snatch her out the water, and he would like hold like baby Lisa like as like a, oh, you know, if you don't want to give me your blood, I'll just kill the baby, F it. And it,
Can we also talk about, I don't know if I'm getting too far ahead here, but the like Stockholm Syndrome that she almost started to develop where she was almost like, I started to wonder if he was looking at me as a woman, and then I realized that he never saw me that way. And then there was also, and this was towards the way end, where she was like almost proud that her owner, in quotes, was so beautiful. That was a choice. And she had this whole moment of where she was like, I don't know if he sees me as a woman or just as something to get at Jonathan, and ultimately that's what she figures out she is to him, is just another way of getting to Jonathan. I did find it interesting that because he admired her, so to speak, he sort of spared her in a lot of ways, definitely ways that were more torturous than
yeah.
Yeah, it was some pretty whacked out shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was
Yeah.
just so much in this chapter, like you can't even like.
a turn. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, every single
I did
time
not
like I
expect it
scrolled,
to
I
be
was
like
like,
that, like deep, like.
I see why she got like defensive when Lisa started just like talking. She was like, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah. Lisa earned that shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Because she didn't know the half of it, you know?
Yeah, not even a quarter.
So we also learned that Dio developed his stand as well.
Yeah,
So-
she kept saying like the invisible, like this invisible thing was like pulling her back out the water. Every time he would fling her into the ocean out the box. Oh, can we talk about the fact that when they were in the box, he would sit there and just cuss her out, and she couldn't do anything about it, and then he'd be like, "I'm sorry. You know what? Actually, F you," and then he would go back to it, and I'm like,
Yeah, it was
it
so
was like
messed
literally
up.
doing
Like-
textbook gaslighting.
he was literally gaslighting. He was gaslighting and manipulating. He was a girl boss and a male wife.
Yeah.
Gaslight
Yeah.
girl, Gaslight, gatekeep,
Manipulate,
girlboss.
mansplain, man whore, real life.
After all this torture, Irina agrees to marry Dio, but then smacks him and hardcore disses him.
Yes, I was
yeah.
I was so happy. I was like,
Mhm.
yes, queen. Like when I was like, I felt it. I felt that one in my soul. I was so happy.
Yeah,
That
and
was-
she's
And I
like,
was
yeah, there's
like-
no muddy puddle for me to wash my mouth with here.
Mhm.
And
I
then she
said
like,
throwback to episode
and then she
one
just like
right
straight up
there.
like psychologically profiles him and deconstructs him, and I was like, fucking go off.
She
Irina.
read him for filth. I loved it.
Arena really is a good, like, just she's a girl boss.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I wouldn't have been able to deal with that
Loved
crap.
her.
Oh,
I would have like, yeah, like she had like that much strength in her to like read him for filth. It could
I
not have
admire
been me.
that.
I have so much respect for her.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That
like
made
that
me
we
love
got
her
to see a lot
more.
more of Irina here.
Yeah.
Irina, now in possession of Jonathan Joestar's head, pulls a tactical girl boss suicide attempt, knowing that Dio won't let her die.
When she
Oh,
was talking about when Dio would fling her off into the water, she had like just enough time to like swim down and find him.
Mhm.
And how wasn't he like a zombie or something? He kept talking about like a
They
zombie.
thought he would be a zombie, but then for some reason his head was preserved instead, and like even Dio didn't expect it.
Yeah, because Dio
Yeah,
was
like, it
flipping out. He
wouldn't
was
decay,
like, "Wait a
yeah.
minute." Yeah, and when she got up on the coffin, and Dio was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa."
Dio, because she tried to kill herself, then gave him her blood back.
Yeah. And I was like,
And
"You're
And then Dio was so
returning it."
weak that she could like protect Lisa from him, and then she got
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
under the bottom of the coffin, and then sank it to the bottom of the ocean.
Dio was just an ass in this. Like every page just made me hate. Like pre John George Joestar novel. I'm like Dio's, but like me reading this, I'm like, keep him. Keep him.
They really brought out the worst in Dio in this chapter. Like,
Yeah.
the worst.
But it's such a Dio move to do this.
Yeah, because I was like, Dio would do something like this. Like looking at part one, Dio, I'm like, this is kind of a little in care. I could see him doing this. He's low down like that.
Dio heals Irina, and we learn that Dio is a huge loser with a massive man crush on Jonathan.
yeah.
So essentially, the reason he wouldn't let Irina die is because he holds so much admiration for Jonathan that he doesn't want to let his wife, who he deemed worthy, like die. So like he sacrifices the blood that he needed to save Irina because he admires Jonathan that much.
He's a Jonathan simp. Aren't we all?
He's like Jonathan's number one stan.
I do not ship Dio x Jonathan, by the way.
No, but I'm like, Dio, we got like you've dedicated your whole life to this man's like bloodline. Get a hobby. Like you can do anything else.
Go be a lawyer.
Like
He was
yeah,
just at this
you could
point.
be like a really good historian or something. But no, I had to go after this man's family because I'm like,
no, he would have been a really good lawyer. Hear me out on this. Like his charisma, he would have won just about every.
Yeah, because even Erina was like, you had like everyone believed you. Like he got away with so much stuff because everyone was like afraid to talk against him. Da da da. So I'm like applying that to like lawyer. Everyone like in like the jury would have been like too afraid to be like to go against Dio. He would have been a great lawyer.
Yeah, instead he just wanted to like get instead of half of the inheritance, like he wanted the whole thing.
Yeah. He got nothing. So
Yeah, he just got too
Yeah.
greedy.
Literally what happened.
Well, so then after she sinks the coffin, that's where her story kind of ends, and George is a little pee-pee boy. George is a
Yeah.
little-
Irina puts weakened Dio in the box's hidden compartment and is rescued, telling them to sink the coffin so she can one day free Jonathan's body. At the conclusion of her story, Irina and the gang learned of a church fire that killed 70 people, all who had seen the Mothman. Irina, George, and Penelope then decide to move to England.
I remember the Mothman thing. I remember reading that, and I thought it was just really random.
You guys remember the part where George was a little pee-pee boy? Because I...
Yeah, he let a drop go.
I might have let like a little stream.
I'm pretty sure George says it was only one drop. He swears.
Yeah.
My opinion, I like this George, like this story every time. Like this one's more interesting to me, in my opinion. I don't know why. Like the in Japan George is interesting, but I like OG George's story more. It just appeals. It's just
honestly, I find like the OG Georgia story to go like I just feel like it's easier to follow.
Yeah, like it's bizarre, but not to the point
not to the point where
when it happens, it's like you can follow it. Yeah. Like the other George where it's like, yeah, they're in this house and then it has four corners and now someone got killed literally right in the middle of the room, but Rohan didn't. Like that was just like,
our
what?
George has discovered stands now. He knows what they are.
Yeah.
He's been told.
Weird.
I really enjoyed this chapter specifically because like I know it's not the same thing that happened like actual canon storyline of JoJo's, but it added I think a lot more character to like Irina.
Yeah,
yes.
I really like that we got to
I
see
think
more
I really
of
like
Irina.
this, like the light novel because they're adding more characteristics to like Lisa, Irina, side characters.
Yeah, because like Irina, I'm not gonna say she was like glossed over, but she was just kind of like there as support. Versus this one, it's like it's showing like her emotions and how like she was like, I'm going to stay alive for this baby and my baby, no matter what, and like shows her like interacting with Dio again after all these years, and it's just
Whereas in the canon,
a good
she's more
chapter.
just like
Hated seeing her
Jonathan's love
tortured,
interest.
but yeah.
I read most of this chapter at a restaurant.
That's good.
I read it
I like that.
Fun fact about I was like surrounded by other people, like normal people.
And you were reading
watching
an anime
someone
book.
get like flung into the ocean. What a nerd. What a nerd thing to do.
Anime.